Hi everybody, it's me, Lisa, here at the Creepsakes office. I thought it'd be a cool idea to make a video in hopes to help give you some tips and tricks for those who are considering signing up for their very first craft show, or for those who've already signed up for the very first craft show but have no idea what to do or how to start. I know it can be very overwhelming and very intimidating, so hopefully this video helps you guys out. I'm just gonna go ahead and dive right in. I'm not gonna edit this video just because I don't have time to do it. So there's probably gonna be a lot of rambling and a lot of noise and stuff like that, so just bear with me. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. So you've signed up for your first craft show. A couple of questions you may want to ask your event coordinator is this your very first show that you're putting on? Or is this like the 8th annual craft show? What's the foot traffic like? And are tables, chairs, and tablecloths provided? The reason asking those very two first questions is you want to get a feel for what kind of event it's going to be. And it's also going to help you gauge on whether you're going to need help or not for that event. So if this is like their first craft show, that one's a little bit tough because the event coordinator themselves don't know what the outcome's going to be. But if it's, say, like their 8th annual show and it's like, oh yeah, we had like over 2,000 people show up to our event last year, you know that you possibly may want to have somebody come with you to help you out at your booth. So those are two important questions. The third question with the tables, chairs, and tablecloths, some event coordinators provide that for your craft show and others don't. Obviously, if they don't, you do know that you have to bring your own tablecloth and chairs and tables. So it's really cool when they do provide that stuff, because those are 3 things less that you have to carry with you to an event. So that's really important to ask your event coordinator. I get the question a lot of how much product should I take? Me personally, there's no such thing as taking too much product. You always want to be over prepared than under prepared. And from personal experience, let me tell you why. There's been several times where I've had like a 10 by 10 booth and the vendor next to me never showed up. And sometimes if the event coordinator is really cool, he'll talk to you and the person on the other side of the no-show and say, hey, do you guys want to split this booth and make your booth bigger? We won't charge you. Yes. So that's why it's always good to bring extra product, because that way you have more space to place your product. Also, another good thing is if you sell out a product, you have more product to replace the product you just sold. So it's definitely good to, bring extra product. So once again, there's no such thing as bringing too much product. Another good thing, now that I think about it, is if you have too much product that you didn't sell, guess what? You have product ready for your next craft show. So it's a win-win situation. You can never take too much product. So that's, for me, it's always worked out. Let's see. Okay, so now you've made your product, you've signed up for your event, you get to your event. The first thing I like to do is scope out where my booth is going to be. You walk in, you just go and you meet the event coordinator. Hey, I'm so-and-so with this company, where's my spot? So you go and you check out your spot, you look where everything is at, and then you go and you go get your product and start to set up. So that's another thing you do. Let me see what else here. Okay, so now that you're starting to set up your booth, which I'm going to talk about a little later, but these are just some key points that I wanted to bring to attention, is meeting your vendor neighbors is what I like to say. It's so good to go up to your vendors after everybody's set up and right before the show starts, be like, hey, I always go like, hey, I'm Alicia, I'm with Creepsakes. If you guys need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. Really quick, I bring like a cooler with me for like my water and my snacks and my lunch and stuff, depending how long the event is. And I always pack extra stuff. The reason being is I like to offer to my vendor neighbors, like, hey, I have water, I have snacks. If you guys get hungry, please go in my bag, help yourselves. It's just common courtesy. And not only that, it just kind of leaves a really good impression, because the chances of you running into that vendor again at a different craft show are very highly. And let's just say they're on a different side of a booth, or a different side of the craft show, and you're on another side, and they know you're there because you left a really good impression at the last one. The chances are they will probably send customers your way. It's like, hey, you know what? Go check out Creepsakes because, you know, they're really cool and they got like cool merch and they're really cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to make good waves with people, I guess is the best way to put it. Not only that, but it's like if you're by yourself at a craft show, because it does happen, because sometimes it's hard to find people who want to go with you for 8 hours and, you know, sit there. Is if you have to go to the bathroom, you tell so-and-so, hey, do you mind watching my booth? I got to go to the restroom. And they're usually are very helpful when it comes to situations like that. So you just want to have like common courtesy and be really cool with your vendor neighbors, and, you know, just be nice to the ones that are around you, because you're going to be there from anywhere from 6 to 8 to 12 hours at a show. And these are the people that are surrounding you. So why not like make good waves with people and have a good time with those that are around you, you know? So that's really, really important. Another very important thing that I cannot stress enough is cleaning up after yourself after your show has ended. I have seen so many vendors just leave a mess after they leave, and you don't want to do that. The main reason being is you want to be asked to come back to that event if they have it again next year. Leave a good, long-lasting impression on the event coordinator. I've seen so many people leave their trash, and it's just really sad, you know? So if you have an opportunity to fold your table that they provided for you and the chairs that they provide, and you can fold those up and fold that tablecloth and just leave it nice and neat, do it. It takes an extra 2 minutes to do. I know you're exhausted and, you know, you just want to get home, but you also want to have another event for next year lined up. And what better way is to leave a good impression on the event coordinator is picking up after yourself. So it's definitely something to consider doing right when you're tearing down and leaving the day from the event. Another important thing is engaging with your customers. Not a lot of people I know just get out there and throw themselves out there. You know, some people are shy, and that's okay. And if you are shy, then maybe consider bringing somebody who's going to help you engage with your customers. It's so important to, you know, not sit there and just be on your phone and then you look up because you see a customer, you're like, oh, hi, and then you just go back to your phone. It's so rude. I personally don't like to buy things when people are just like, oh, hi. Like, that's just not my thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm very engaging. Hi, I try to shake their hand, you know. I'm Alicia, I'm with Creepsakes. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm standing right here. You know, it's really good for your business because they may not buy something then, but if you leave a good impression and they take a business card, guess what? They may be buying something later on for Christmas, for a family member, or, you know, for somebody's birthday. They're going to remember you. So it's really good to try to engage with your customers. Very, very important. Let's see. Okay, so I know this is, you know, it's all over the place. I apologize. Even though I have a list, I'm just all over the place. I have a show coming up in 4 days, so I'm trying to get ready for this show. So my brain's a little blah, blah, blah right now. Another thing is getting ready like a couple days before your show. One of the main things that has helped me so much is pre-staging your booth, which means it's pretty much making your booth the way you want it to look the day of the show. Because let me tell you, my first show was a hot mess. Like, it was a disaster. I was running around with like my head cut off like a chicken. Like I was going right, I was going left, I was going up, I was going down. Like, I wanted to cry. It was awful, awful, awful. I was sweating. Like, I had my eyebrows, they were like on point that day. Well, let me tell you, by the end of the day, I had no eyebrows because I was so stressed out. And the worst thing was I created hives. Like, I got stress hives and I had this big old lump on my lip. Thank goodness it went down right before the doors opened. But I was so stressed out that I created hives on my body. And it was just awful, awful, awful. Thank God I had my brother with me to like snap out of it, sis. We got this. Like, let's do this. And he helped me. But let me tell you, I told myself never again. Alicia, what am I going to do the next time? So I know that this goes here, that goes there. This is what I want. Da, 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 is I started pre-staging. And I give myself 1 week. If you can pre-stage and 2 days and a night before, kudos to you. But I like to make sure I have everything on point when I get to that event. So pre-staging is so important. And I'm definitely going to show you what my pre-stage is going to look like for the show that I have coming up in 4 days. So I will show that at the end of the video. But pre-staging, making sure you have your booth the way you want it, and it's in your head, so when you get to that event, everything can run very smoothly. It's also good to help another extra set of eyes to like walk around your booth, because there's certain things that you may not see that somebody else will see. And if you don't have an extra pair of eyes to help you, take pictures and send it to somebody. Be like, hey, does this look right? Does this not look right? It helps. So definitely pre-staging. I'm telling you, it is a game changer. I pre-stage all the time. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that's also very important. And if, you know, packaging everything up, getting everything in your boxes, ready to go, loading up your car the night before, if you can do that, do it, because nothing is more important than taking those extra few minutes for yourself in the morning to eat some breakfast, do your hair, your makeup, whatever it is, get your comfy clothes on, and you're just in that right state of mind when you walk out that door and you have that confidence, like, I got everything I need. You know, I'm ready to go. Everything was packed the night before, because you don't want to run out of your house scatterbrained. I'm telling you, it's no fun. And it's, by the time you get to the event, you're already exhausted because you're so worried about what's going on. And this is supposed to be a fun time, not a stressful time. You know, you're engaging with people, you're people watching, you know, it's so much fun. I love craft shows. I love people. So I always have a blast at them. So if you can pack your stuff up the night before, or even like a week before, do it. Don't wait to the last minute. I'm telling you, it's no fun. It's no fun. It's no fun. I'm telling you. Let's see. Cleaning up after yourself, we talked about. Let me see. Where's my? I have a lot of lists. Make yourself a list of everything that you have to take. Everything from your setup, your tables, your chairs, your tablecloths. You know, gum, wipies, everything. I will show you everything that I bring with me in a few minutes, but make yourself a list. If I don't have a list, it's in my head, and I'll have this list going and going and going, and I'm still trying to make product for the shows that I'm doing. I start to make mistakes. Why? Because my brain is so concentrated on a list. So if you can write it down, it's out of your head, and that way you can concentrate on more of your product and, you know, making your product. I keep pointing over there because all my products over there. So sorry about that. So that's really important, is make your list of things that you need to take. Again, I'll show you in a video, or I'll show you later on in the video, of the stuff that I do like to take with me. And I think that's pretty much the important things that you need to, you know, just kind of little guidelines to help you get through, and, you know, your first craft show. So hopefully this video does help. I'm going to jump right in and show you the things that I take with me to a craft show. Another thing actually is, do not, please, do not tear down early. If your event is from 8 to 3, you stay from 8 to 3, unless there's a family emergency of some kind. Please stay at your booth from beginning to end. Don't tear down early. One, it's freaking tacky. And two, you're losing out on potential sales. I cannot tell you how many last minute sales that I had because I did not tear down early. There's been times where I'm still tearing down, or I'm tearing down, and I was still getting sales. Like, it just happens. Some people make it to an event really last minute, you know what I mean? So don't tear down early. It's bad for your business. It's bad for other people's businesses, and it makes you look really bad to the event coordinator. So again, don't tear down early. Stay to the end if you can. You're going to lose out on sales if you potential sales if you do, and you're going to look bad with the event coordinator, and you don't want that. So stay to the end. Okay, so now I'm going to jump in and I'll show you all the stuff that I take to an event. All right, guys, so this is some of the stuff that I bring. It's kind of like a miscellaneous bag, but it's all very important stuff that I personally like to bring. So let me just go ahead and do like a quick run through of the stuff that I bring. So I have my tablecloths here, and then I have my signs that I put on my table here. I have an apron, but this is my old apron. I have a new apron. I bring Lysol wipes with me because I like to wipe my tables down before and after the show, especially if I'm not bringing my tables and I have to use the event coordinator's tables. I like to wipe them down before and after. This is a box that I labeled office supplies, and it's got a lint roller because my tablecloths like to get a little linty, so I roll them. You know, with the lint roller, I have gum, double-sided tape, pens, markers. I have wet ones. Very important, an extra battery charger, especially if you're taking the Square Reader with you. That way you don't have to worry about your phone dying. You can charge it when it starts to get low on battery. I have tape, tissue, and batteries. I also take like ibuprofen and chapstick and stuff, but that's in my snack bag that I bring with me. Here's my trash can with trash bags in them. I have my business card holders, which are little coffin shaped boxes that I created to hold my business cards. My customer bags that I put all the merchandise in. I have small ones because I do sell buttons, and then the regular sized ones. So pretty much this is all that I have here. That's like the miscellaneous but very, very important stuff. I also do bring scissors, but that's in a different box for a specific reason. And so this is what I carry, one of my bags that I carry of all like the little important miscellaneous things that you need just in case you need, you know, to cut something up. Your scissors are in there, or, you know, you need chapstick or some wipes, or it's almost like a diaper bag for a craft show is the best way to put it. So this is what I carry, and then I'll go ahead and show you the other stuff that I take with me. Alrighty, so these are the kind of containers I like to put all of my merchandise in. As you can see, I have them all labeled. Not only does this help me stay organized, it also helps whomever I'm bringing with me to help with a craft show, especially like during setup time. You know, if I need more product from a certain box, I just tell, you know, hey, so-and-so, I need, you know, this and that. Can you please look at my horror merch box and, you know, help me out? They know exactly where to go. And it also helps when it's time to tear down your booth. You know that all of your product goes in a specific box. So it definitely helps with setup and tear down. Another thing to consider is really investing in some good tote boxes. Not only will it help keep your items from being damaged, half your products already packaged, you know, the things that didn't sell, you're ready to go for your next show. So definitely something to consider is investing in good boxes and labeling your boxes to help you stay organized. All right, guys, hello. Okay, so unfortunately I have to pre-stage in my kitchen because my 8-foot table is preoccupied at the moment, and my dining room is an 8-foot table, and that is what we are being provided with for the show that I am working on right now. So basically, pre-staging is just messing around and trying to figure out how you want your booth to look the day of the event. I just threw all of this together because I already know how to work with an 8-foot table, which kind of sucks because it's not a lot of space, especially when you have a lot of stuff. So I've learned to work from the bottom up. That's why I got these black panels here, because that way I can put and hang some of my product on it. And yeah, so it just gives you the time to mess around, take pictures so you remember what your booth will look like. If you can get an extra pair of eyes to come and help you, do it. Like, I'll have my best friend, he'll come down and he'll walk the booth like a customer, and he'll tell me like, hey, you may want to change this up or change that up because it's hard to get to. And it's something that I didn't even see. If you don't have an extra pair of eyes, take pictures and send it to somebody. It will help you. You can tell them, hey, does this look okay? Does this not look okay? And that helps too. So yeah, definitely consider pre-staging. It's going to save you so much time. It's going to eliminate so much stress. Another tip is, you see this brown box that I have here, I just saved that from a shipment that we got in a couple of days ago. And I like to save different size shapes boxes because that's going to help me give me some layers, some depth, some dimension, because I cover that entire brown box that you see there with my tablecloth. Those black boxes stay so you can see them because that's what holds my tumblers and cups in place and my candles. But you cover those little funky boxes that you save with your tablecloth, and that's what helps give dimension. So yeah, hopefully pre-staging helps you out. I know it definitely helps me out. And if you have any comments or questions, just leave them down below. Really quick, another thing is invest in a rolling cooler. This is something that I take with me. I put all my snacks, my water in, you know, my lunch, whatever it is that you're taking with you for the day, because you are gonna get hungry and sometimes you can't leave your booth when it's so busy. So invest in a cooler for your events, and that way you don't have to worry about leaving to go get food. I throw so much stuff in there and I end up not eating any of it just because it's so busy sometimes. But I rather have the fact of knowing that I have something to snack on and not have anything at all. So definitely get yourself a rolling cooler. It will help you so much. All right, everybody. I hope this video helped. I know it was a little unorganized and all over the place, but remember, like, I'm just all over the place myself. Like, I have the event coming up, so I apologize if it's a little crazy. But bottom line is, break a leg on your first event, jump right in. Do not get discouraged. Just do it. I promise you, it is so much fun, especially just meeting new people and interacting with your customers, you know, getting feedback on your product, what sold, what didn't sell, what to make, what not to make. Take all of that into consideration. Again, do not get discouraged. Just push yourself, and I promise you something will come out of it. Go in with confidence, be positive, you know, be friendly, and it's gonna be a great time. I can't wait to hear if this video has helped you. Any comments or questions, please leave them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. And I would love to hear some of, you know, the experiences that you guys have had for your first craft shows. Please, I would love to hear it all. So take care, have fun. Until next time, guys. Bye.